Well, what a crazy time to start investing. So I'm Liz, the new investor. If you haven't seen any of my posts before, I just started investing in 2020 and my plan was to invest about $1,000 every month, give or take, to try to start building a portfolio with the goal of saving for retirement, building some nice dividend income down the road, and I invited everyone to come along this journey by documenting it on the internet. I wasn't expecting the markets to self-destruct 3 months into my journey. As we all know, we are in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, and the fallout that it's had on global markets is just massive. And as a newbie in the stock market world and as a new investor, I've been learning about how all of these different markets lend themselves hand in hand, how the different industries are affected, what happens to one affects the other. It's been really educational and also really crazy to watch it all come down in real time. My portfolio from January and February added up to about $3,000. I had stock, one share of Amazon, and I had bought about $1,000 total, split between General Dynamics, Wells Fargo, and Johnson & Johnson. So watching that $3,000 become a $2,500 investment isn't a huge hit. $500 stinks. Who wants to lose any money? I'm really conservative with my money, but I knew that in the long term, this was going to correct. And so I decided for my March purchase, I was going to buy 3 businesses that I knew would be affected by this, but not go under. So safe bets for me were Apple, Disney, and StarBucks. And I just made a purchase about $1,300 total, split pretty evenly between the 3 of those companies. And I did it late last week. Well, as of today, I'm recording this video on Monday the 16th. The markets took another huge plunge. And for me, as a new investor with relatively not a lot invested, that stinks. But I recognize that if anything, for me, it's actually kind of great timing. And it lurches my stomach a little bit to say that because I know I've lost money. But I also recognize what goes down must come up. And at some point, Lord willing, unless this is the start of the zombie apocalypse, the markets will recover from this. It's just going to take them some time. And of course, we don't know if this is going to get worse before it gets better. I kind of have a hunch that is the case. And if anything, thank goodness, I have a little bit of a nest egg. Now, I'm not going to be crazy and throw it all in the stock market and expect it to come back or explode when the market goes back to normal. But I do see this as a buying opportunity. Actually, as you guys know, if you've seen previous videos, my E-Trade advisor, Nick, he actually gave me a call today saying that he saw I placed my trades and wanted to check in and see how I was feeling, to, in his words, do a gut check. And we discussed, I told him I was fine and that I recognized, in the big scheme of things, I wasn't out that much money. And in fact, it was a good opportunity for me to buy things right now. And he told me that basically the markets were at the same level they were about 3 years ago. So it was an opportunity to buy things at their 2016 pricing, 2017 pricing. And then it was a great buying opportunity, which I agreed with. But what I couldn't help but think about are folks that are entering or nearly entering retirement and really counting on their dividends. They're counting on, well, I guess the dividends should still be coming, but counting on their investments to carry them through retirement, and what a great loss they've incurred because of just how much the market has declined. And that really makes me feel funky about benefiting from an opportunity that is actually hurting so many people, theoretically benefiting. Obviously, we can't guarantee anything. But at the same time, I recognize the lesson in it for me is to realize that I guess I can't put all my eggs in one basket. My whole incentive for starting this investment journey is to plan for retirement, and recognizing that historically the market over time does well. It's a good choice. But in moments of crisis like this, it can take a huge dive. And for those who really have a lot in investments and they're counting on those for their retirement, it can be damaging depending on the timing if an unforeseen crisis like what's happening right now occurs. It makes me grateful for the opportunity that I have as a young investor to buy more, but also really cognizant that nothing is guaranteed And having diversified investments really is beneficial for times like this because no one can say what's actually going to happen. This could be the start of the zombie apocalypse. My next video, I could be eating brains. That's a terrible joke. I'm a vegetarian. All that to be said, I have made my March purchase of Apple, Disney, and StarBucks. How could I forget? I love coffee. And I'm hoping to actually be able to invest a little bit more this month. Unfortunately, if you've seen previous videos, you know that I'm a freelance recording artist and voiceover artist, which means I'm seeing the effects of the economic slowdown as well. I do have still work coming in, but I'm noticing that there's certain projects that are having to be put on hold because a lot of my clients are small businesses and this is really damaging to them. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Again, I'm not going to throw my whole nest egg in the stock market because that's a little bit too risky for my taste. But if I have the opportunity, I'm going to try to do a second round of investing a little bit later in the month once I see where my numbers are at for the month. I'm actually taking advantage of the incredibly low interest rates, and for my situation, it made sense to refinance my mortgage on my farm during this time. So there's positives to it, but at the end of the day, it's really taught me a lesson that nothing is guaranteed, that I really need to diversify and be safe, considering my hope is to plan for my retirement, and I can't put all of my eggs in one basket and feel completely safe knowing that the unforeseen does happen sometimes. So anyways, I hope this has been informational. If you are a young investor or a new investor like me, now might be a really good time to get started, especially because it sounds like a lot of great stocks are on sale. But also, more than anything, I just hope that everyone is staying safe and calm as possible during this really, really tumultuous time. Talk about a roller coaster. I feel like I got on board of the investing roller coaster, and it was one of those where it starts out calm and then there's like a sudden drop. Whew. My tummy is still feeling a little bit unnerved from that sudden drop. But what goes down must come up. I know that it's going to be a while before things settle down, but once they do, I think that it'll all be okay. We'll all ride it out. Hopefully this has been informational. I'll check back in if I'm able to do a second March buy and let you know what I bought, let you know how my portfolio is doing, and I hope you guys keep following this journey and find something good out of it because we really are learning together. Thanks so much. Bye.